Hello everyone, my name is Joelle Svendsen and I am one of the directors for the Next Gen team. So I remember being in high school, I remember just having such a hard time with rules. I had gone to a public school my whole life and then one year decided to go to a Christian school, and at this Christian school it had so many rules, and one of the rules was that you had to have a bathroom pass to go to the bathroom, which in public school that was never the case. If you had to go to the bathroom, you went to the bathroom. You're an adult, you can do that. And so I remember one time at this private school I decided to not get a bathroom pass, and I ended up getting 10 detentions for not having the bathroom pass, and I thought that that was the most ridiculous thing ever. Those rules just felt silly, and it felt like it shouldn't apply to us, that it should apply to first graders, not 12th graders, and it just felt really confusing and felt rather pointless. And so today we're in Leviticus 21, and if you read the passage, you probably were thinking the same thing. Like, man, these rules feel kind of pointless. And some of them do feel pointless, and some of them don't. Some of them feel rather important, and some of them don't. But we see that it is a call to holiness. If you look at Leviticus 21, it says at the end of the passage, it says, "For I am the Lord who sanctifies them." So even after they followed all those rules and they did all the things that God had asked, at the end of the day, it is God who sanctifies them, but He is still calling them to this place of holiness, to be set apart. Now, a lot of the rules that applied to Old Testament priests don't apply to modern day Christians who have accepted the way of Jesus. But Christians are called to be set apart. And there are things that Jesus calls us to that call us to a different standard. These differences set us apart, and people observe these differences. And it's not for the sake of disunity, but it's for the sake of setting an example of Christ's love to the world. And sometimes that means that we say yes to things that people usually say no to, and sometimes we say no to things that people usually say yes to. And it's for the sake of surrendering our ego and our desire to be and do our own thing. It's a complete surrender to God. And many times when we think about rules, we confuse them and think that they only exist for our sake. Similar to the bathroom pass, it felt like, how could this help me? This is not to help me. But there are some rules that are better for us, but also some of those rules are actually less about us and more for the sake of others. And Paul talks about this. It's letting go of something so that it doesn't cause someone to stumble. In 1 Peter 2:9, it says that you are a chosen people, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, God's special possession, that you may declare the praises of Him who called you out of darkness and into His wonderful light. God calls us all priests. There's no distinguishing between priests and a regular Christian person. We are the people of God who represent Him on behalf of the world, on behalf of ourselves. We are called to a standard not for the act of just acting holy or more righteous, but as an act of worship to God. So I want to ask you, what form of sacrifices has God called you to today? What ways can you be light to a world? What ways can you offer the world this wonderful light? So I'm going to pray for us. Jesus, I thank you that you are the wonderful light of the world, Lord, and we want to represent you. We want to represent you well, God. God, I pray that that what we do would not be out of holiness or righteousness, but out of desiring to show your love to the world. So we lift this all in your name, Jesus. Amen. Well, I just want to remind you all that we do have Sunday services tomorrow, so make sure you watch them online, and we look forward to seeing you then.